we consider the Russian market as potentially one of the top markets in the world, and it's not because today it's going through a crisis that we consider that the potential of Russia is diminished. We are expecting a return of the Russian market to more than 3 million cars in a relatively midterm. We don't think the recovery is going to be very fast, but we think the recovery is going to happen. There is no doubt about it. And 2012, 2013, we should be back to the levels, prior to the crisis. And we need to be ready. We need to be ready for it. And let's not forget that in 2007, the market was double, or 2008, the market was double what we're going to see in 2009. So it went down very quickly. It may take some time to come back, but there is no doubt on the fact that it will be back. So the decisions in Russia cannot be based on what you are seeing today. You have to take in consideration that this is going to be probably the largest market in Europe and one of the top markets in the world. So localization, investments, management, dealer network, supplier network has to be done not only in function of what you see today, but in function of what you're projecting tomorrow.
Vladimir Putin drove you in new Nissan Tiana. Do you have the same experience in other countries with other premier ministers, say in Japan or in France?
The last time I was driving a car with a top official of a country, it was in the United Kingdom. I think it was with Tony Blair in the plant of Sunderland. I had this experience. As you know, it's never in your country where you are the most, where you can get, people to drive you. It was in Russia, and I'm very glad that Prime Minister, came, because I know he has many other things to do. But the fact that he came meant a lot for us in terms of, importance of the investment in the country, in the localization into the country, and particularly for people not to be in a short term, it's bad now, so I stop everything, and then when it's good, I start. No, I think it was being said during the ceremony that there is a recognition that we are long-term strategy in Russia, and it's not because the market is bad that we're just postponing or stopping the inauguration of the plant.
And my next question about the current situation. So currently, Renault-Nissan Avtovaz Alliance is the biggest group in the market, and as Renault is shareholder of Avtovaz, you are a strategic partner for Russian government.
Yeah.
But this month another alliance was born.
Yeah.
I mean Magna, Opel, Gaz, and Sberbank. Aren't you afraid that Russian government could switch their attention to newborn baby and forgot about you?
No, because I don't think so. That means it's like as you said, you use the term of newborn baby. It's not because I have a second kid that I'm going to stop loving the first one. It's going to be different. Both have to be tolerated into the family, and we're going to try to make sure that the first kid, which is Avtovaz, always going to remain the center of a lot of attention and the center of a lot of hope and the center of a lot of care. But for this, we'll have to deserve it.
I see. The Russian government decided to grant Avtovaz 25 billion rubles. Do you think it's the right decision?
I appreciate the decision. What's interesting, what's happening at the level of the car industry, I remember very well that the French government was the first one to take measures to support its industry by giving, both car manufacturers, both Renault and PSA, a loan of 3 billion euro at 6% interest rate. At that moment, it was an outcry about, intervention of the government, etc., etc. This was the right thing to do. If you're not being supported by your government at a moment of crisis, particularly of a crisis which is generated outside your own industry, when are you going to need the help of your government? So I think the governments have done the right things to support their industry. And frankly, I discovered that all those who were critical are now doing even more for their own industry, a little bit later, a little bit more costly. And we are not claiming about it. We are not, because we understand the logic. If the support of the government is here to compensate for the weakness of the company by itself, then it's bad. But if the support of the government is here to compensate for outside, for an environment which is hitting a whole industry, then I think this is something that I consider responsible and expected.